25 cents, that's my new price target for Casper during this bull run, hypothetically speaking. And even though nothing I say is financial advice or a guarantee, I automatically know that a lot of people are going to say, wow, how come you changed your mind? You changed your price target. What happened to $2, $1? How can you do this? Again, why did you change your mind? Personally, in my opinion, I did change my mind. And the reason for that is because certain circumstances that were far beyond my control happened. And then, of course, that caused me to change my price target. Now, here's the thing. Again, just to clarify a little bit what happened, Casper Labs rebranded to Prove AI, and then they moved on to Hedera. But before I get into that, I'm going to say this, right? 25 cents doesn't seem too insane, but then at the same time, because Casper's so low, 25 cents still, in my opinion, is kind of amazing, hypothetically speaking, because 25 cents, by the way, is around a 32x from here. That's kind of crazy. Not to mention, considering current circulating supply, market cap at that point would be around $3 billion. So you got to think about that, right? A $3 billion market cap. If you take a look at Casper, it's listed in so many major exchanges. Now, is it like the most well-known thing out there? No. But then Casper, the community is still holding relatively strong, in my opinion. And also on top of that, it's still listed in a bunch of major exchanges. So if someone is saying that Casper is going to go caca, all this type of stuff, I mean, are they telling me, right, that a project with excellent exposure, again, listed in many major exchanges, with a community that's still holding up pretty strong, is going to do bad, let's say, during a fully fledged bull run? I don't think so. We're seeing many meme coins out there right now going to billions of market cap. What do they have going on for it? You know what I mean? I get it, they're a meme coin, but still. There's also many other projects out there that literally have like nothing going on with it, that have worse exposure than Casper, that have like way less fans. They're doing well as of right now as well. So I think during a fully fledged bull run, I don't see why it would do bad. People in some cases, they only care about like hypothetical gains. So of course they're going to focus on like these smaller projects. Now, when it comes to Casper, again, I get it. The price is doing caca as of right now. A little bit of a good recovery because the price pumped like 10%. But who cares really? Because we're still down by a lot in the grand scheme of things. But even besides that point, I just have a hard time believing that Casper won't at least gain some attention. I'm not going to say that Casper is going to be the best performing thing in my portfolio. Maybe not, right? But then I'm just saying, like when it comes to Casper, I just have a hard time believing that at least it won't go to the price of like 25 cents during this bull run as a most bullish case scenario. I just don't see why it won't do that. Because here's the thing. A lot of people that exited Casper, okay, they're gone, right? Maybe they don't want to return. It's fine. It's their choice. But then the new people who enter at this point, they probably have no recollection of like whatever happened. You know what I mean? So then these new people, they probably don't care. And then they're probably just going to ride it out when it comes to Casper. So that's the way to take a look at Casper, really. I mean, in the world of cryptocurrencies, it's a little bit different than like in stocks or like, let's say someone focuses on like the S&P 500. Sometimes people, they pump a project for fun. You take a look at, for instance, Luna Classic got pumped for fun. You take a look at Klima DAO. You know what I mean? You take a look at something like ICP, something like Jasmine. They even found a bottom. So if you take a look at something like, again, a project in this crypto space, we just never really know like when people just randomly want to pump it. Like Pepe, for instance, like book a meme. Like who would have expected that? So when it comes to something like Casper, I just have a hard time believing that during a fully fledged bull run, let's say Bitcoin is at the price of like $150,000, it at least won't gain some attention. Yeah, I think it will, hypothetically, again. Now, again, I don't think it's going to gain mass attention, but 25 cents, I really don't see why it would be so bad. And also on top of that, people keep saying that, oh, wow, when it comes to Casper, that means it's migrating to HBAR, all this type of stuff. No, Casper Labs is a totally separate entity from the Casper network. You got to take that into consideration. They rebranded to Prove AI. They moved on to Hedera. No one that I know that is bullish on Hedera even knows what is going on with Prove AI. What are they going to do in the next 6 months anyways? Gain like 20 million users on board, like 50 million new people or whatever? I just have a hard time believing that Prove AI was going to be this amazing and fantastic thing automatically when it comes to the Casper network. It would have created positive sentiment if they didn't change their mind and move to Hedera. I get that, but, in a sense, what are they really going to do anyways? Like, a lot of people leaving, I understand why they did that, because oftentimes they felt like betrayed. They felt like, oh, wow, they were supposed to choose the Casper network, all this type of stuff. But then still, I just kind of never knew what they were really going to do when it comes to the Casper network anyways. Like, for a fact, I knew if they didn't move on to Hedera, what they were trying to do, if let's say they're trying to do like amazing things, it's going to take like years probably, even still. You know what I mean? If this was so good when it comes to Hedera, why isn't the price of H-bar pumping like 200%? That's just the way to take a look at it. Not to mention, again, no one I know that holds like H-bar even knows what Proof AI is. But even besides that point, here's the thing as well. When you take a look at the Casper network, nothing bad happened to it. Now, the Casper network is under the guidance of the Casper Association. The Casper Association is a non-profit. Casper Labs is for profit, so they're looking to, gain profit, of course, right? They want to move on, whatever, but now, again, a non-profit is quite essentially leading the way when it comes to Casper, and I like that, actually, because it's heading in a better direction, in my opinion. Not to mention, Casper is still very scalable, still very fast, gas fees are still very low, so I don't think it's a bad, layer 1 blockchain by any means. Not to mention, once Casper 2.0 launches, right, hopefully soon, aka Condor, but yeah, even besides that point, as Casper gets listed in more and more exchanges, the momentum is going to change eventually. At least that's the way to take a look at it. And there's still some time. People like to say that the bull run is ending right now. I disagree. Based off of history, altcoins, they've been known to peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. As a worst case scenario, the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, so 18 months from then is October of next year. So if you actually take a look at that, as a worst case, there's still some time there. It's not like the bull run is supposed to peak right now, even based off history. That's not the case. Now I get it, Bitcoin is pumping absolutely massive as of right now, but just imagine once it goes to the price of $150,000. Can you imagine the altcoin season then? Now, I understand that there are many altcoins out there that could very well do like a 200x, like a 100x. I totally understand that, but I just have a hard time believing again that Casper won't at least recover a little bit. Again, Casper reached like 20 cents before. Like seriously, you can't go to the price of like 25 cents, let's say during a fully fledged bull run, especially as of right now, with over 600 million crypto owners, with the Bitcoin ETF, with the Ethereum ETF, with the number of institutional investors, with the amount of enterprise adoption. Yeah, I just have a hard time believing that Casper is going to do absolute caca. Now, granted, it could do that, I just never know, but hypothetically, I just don't see why it won't do that. And it's not like the market cap is too crazy anyways. If I'm saying that Casper is going to go to the price of like $1, $2 as of right now, that's totally insane. That's why, of course, I'm changing my price prediction, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. At least that's the way I view it. So that's why I'm not going to give up on it. Hypothetically speaking, of course, and at the price of 25 cents, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, especially with all these bullish factors going on during this bull run. I just think that this altcoin season could be so amazing. And as the old saying goes, a high tide raises all ships. Here's the thing. Even the caca ships, sometimes they go along with the ride, right? They float as well. When I take a look at Casper, as like Cardano, let's say, reaches insane levels. Let's say its native token, right? Let's say AVAX, right? Avalanche, Solana, BNB. Let's say Ethereum goes to the price of like $10,000, $15,000. Casper's not going to have a little bit of a pump. I just have a hard time believing that again. I just think that Casper hypothetically could do a little bit okay, and 25 cents wouldn't shock me whatsoever during this bull run. And I'm still sticking with my strategy, dollar cost averaging. So anytime an income, I'm acquiring, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting. That's it. I'm not going to day trade. I'm not going to use leverage. I'm not going to swing trade. I'm not going to deviate from my plan. I'm never going to go all in, but then I'm never going to stop acquiring because, again, my strategy ever since 2021 has been exactly the same. Anytime an income, acquire, hold, and just wait. That's it. And could Casper go lower? Maybe. I just never know. But if it does go lower again, I'm going to still dollar cost average because 25 cents wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's Willie the Captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.